All right, ladies and gentlemen, mic check 1 2 1 2. Welcome to episode 4, as in Four Horsemen of Tuesday night's main event. I'm your host, of course, Don P. Thank y'all for tuning in to this show, man. I get a lot of good feedback. I'm thankful to everybody who views it, whether you view it on YouTube, whether you view it on Facebook, whether you view it on Spotify, it doesn't matter. Like, you guys are tuned in, you guys are giving me feedback. I'm looking for that positive feedback. Well, I'm just looking for feedback in general. Thank you to you guys. Again, for those who are, if y'all are watching this for the first time, I only cover WWE stuff just because I do multiple other podcasts and I have to devote my time towards that stuff as well. So it's tough while I have to watch 3 hours of Raw, 2 hours of SmackDown, and maybe a 4 hour pay-per-view, you know what I'm saying, once a month. And NXT is in there. You got 2 hours of that, and you got a 3 hour premium live event. Excuse me. They're not pay-per-views anymore. They're premium live event. So, like, trying to devote my time to other promotions. I know there are some AEW fans out there. I know there are New Japan fans out there. I know there is someone that is an Impact fan out there. I know there's some NWA fans out there, and all the other, like, Reality of Wrestling is another one. It's hard for me to even watch any other promotion outside of small clips on Instagram and YouTube clips. That's tough for me to do. So for now, this is a WWE podcast. Maybe one day, if I continue this thing on, and I bring on a co-host or two, or somebody who is well versed in the other promotions. I'm pretty sure one of my friends watches AEW faithfully. I'm pretty sure I know someone who watches Impact faithfully. I'm pretty sure I know someone who watches NWA faithfully. I'm pretty sure I know someone who watches Reality of Wrestling. Or I'll just say this. Anybody in any of the that are fans of any of these promotions, just send me just tell me some of a good match, something that I might need to check out, something that may be noteworthy for me to check out in any of those other promotions. And I will try to make time for it. But now, with football season being here and basketball season right around the corner, it's going to be a hell of a balancing act for me. Seriously, especially once October hits, when the Browns are playing and the Cavaliers are also playing. And I also have Monday Night Raw, SmackDown, NXT, and there's a Bad Blood pay-per-view. It's going to be a lot. So for those wondering, why don't you talk any other stuff? I know what took place over the weekend. I at least saw that. So I'm just going to, this is a strictly WWE podcast for now. I will eventually branch out and expand out and check out other stuff and other promotions. I'll check out some recaps, or I'll check out a match, or just tell me a match from a certain week, or just tell me a match during the week. If y'all hit me up between Tuesday and Tuesday, or hit me up Wednesday, or whenever any of your programs of AEW or Impact or any of them, when they come on, like, if y'all are watching them, just recommend a match. Tell me, hey, you need to watch such and such versus such and such that happened this week. It was pretty good. And I will go and check it out. And if I do have some time here, I will talk about it. But y'all know my motto here. at this network, which I am going through a name change, which I think I know what the name is going to be. I'm just not going to name it just yet. We are here for a good time, not a long time. Before I get started, I do want to say I am going to be moving soon out of this house, and I will be so my studio is going to switch around a little bit. Y'all might see some changes upcoming on this network, including a name change, which is going to happen. And it's because me being stupid and not doing what I was supposed to. And I'll just leave it at that. All right, man, let's get to it. You guys saw SmackDown. I wasn't very, and I'm just gonna tell y'all, I'm not recapping SmackDown. I'm not recapping Raw. We're here to do what it says in the title, and that's preview Bash in Berlin, as well as NXT's No Mercy. But I will say this about those shows. I do have a couple of notes about that. I still do not like the way the Street Profits are being used. I'm still not sold on Michin. I do like Tiffany Stratton and Pretty Deadly as a whatever. I do love these faction wars or these factions coming together. I am fine with all of that. Keep the bloodline a bloodline. The OGs are eventually going to get back together. Judgment Day is hot as fish grease. Everybody's still in the honeymoon phase with the Wyatt Six. You got American Made. You still have Damage Control. You got the big three with Naomi, Bianca, and Jade. You have the PFC, the Pure Fusion Collective. You can listen to Michael Cole say it and tell that he's trying to force us. It's going to be PFC. I'm going to call them PFC personally. I said American Made. You got Alpha Academy. New Day is still intact for a minute. You got the Final Testament. You got the Unholy Alliance or the Unholy Union. Blair, Isla, and Alba. So I'm here for that. I'm here for factions. I'm here for teams. That gives a lot more talent. TV time. That gives more people opportunities. Back to the Street Profits. I really don't like the way that they're being used. Maybe this is the beginning of something. If they do get drafted or make a switch from SmackDown to Raw, that might be the best thing for them. They need a change because they've been in this holding pattern for a while. Do we want to split them up? Do we want to turn them? Do we want to split them up? Do we want to turn them? I think you split them up, but you don't have to turn either guy. You're going to split them up. Ted's on SmackDown, Doc's on Raw. Or you could just split them up, let them go their separate ways, remain friends, and do it like that. And maybe eventually they might come to blows. Who knows? Kevin Owens is spectacular. The okey doke almost hitting Cody. That was pretty darn cool. Solo taking the tag belt from Jacob Fatu was kind of weird, saying, give me your belt, you not my enforcer, give him the belt. That was kind of weird. I didn't like the explanation. It was kind of weird, kind of silly. It's kind of stupid. But let's just say it. It was stupid, right? Could that be a way to, I don't know, man. Is Jacob, I'm gonna plant this seed. Is Jacob really with them? Was he sent by Roman? Was he sent by Rock? Let's just plant that. Let's just throw that out there. Does Jacob really give a damn about Solo? Because clearly, you can see the reaction when he comes out there. He's supposed to be a bad guy, but he's so bad and he's so great at what he does. People love him. Everything about Jacob Fatu screams savage, Neanderthal, animal. Just, he reminds me of the Wild Samoans and the Samoan SWAT team. Yes, I know that's his family. He is a lot like the Tonga Kid. He's just a little more, the screws might be a little looser. But that's what that reminds. That's what he's more Wild Samoan and Samoan SWAT team and head shrinker than any of his generation. Roman, Jimmy, Jay, the Tongans. I'm trying to think. Just Rosie, Jamal, Umaga is. We're not even going like. That's something different. He is savage, but does he care about Solo? Did Rock send him to do dirty work? Did Rock send him to do something? Did Roman? Hey, you got to beat me up real bad, and got to make it. We got to make it look like you not on my side, because there is another Tongan out there who may or may not be signed at some point. The closer we get to it, November is not that far away from us. We're headed to September, y'all. It'll be September. When y'all hear from me next on this show, it'll be September. We got a long build to Bad Blood in October. Why? Because we got 2 premium live events this month, one at the beginning and one at the tail end. So we got a long November will be here. That Survivor Series build, that War Games build, and it's got to be the Bloodline. It's got to be the Bloodline Civil War inside of War Games. It can't be anything else. I don't want to see the new Judgment Day against anybody. No, wait, I'll take that back. I'll take Judgment Day versus the Wyatt Six in the War Games. I'm gonna just throw that out there. Just to plant that. Wyatt Six Judgment Day inside of a War Games. Could you imagine the Wyatt Six inside in War Games? That would be absolutely crazy. But I don't think they would do that, because you have to build the Wyatt Six up to be. They have to be dominant. To me, they have to be. And I'm bouncing around a little bit just because I want to get to this. This is not going to take me long to make these picks. It's short matches. It's like I got 12 matches to pick. We got a little bit of time. But you have to build the Wyatt Six up to be something. You have to build them up to be strong, and you have to let them win matches. Triple H, Bruce Pritchard, and creative, all the creative at WWE cannot make the same mistake with the Wyatt Six than what they did with Bray Wyatt. Because the vignettes, the whole Bray Wyatt presentation was top notch. It was top tier. He cut the hell out of a promo. But when it came down to it, he never won feuds. John Cena lost that feud. All that bill for the Undertaker to lose to the Undertaker. Randy Orton to lose to Randy Orton. They have to allow Uncle Howdy, who that match was impressive, but he's from that Mulligan Rotunda tree. His uncle is Barry freaking Windham, for crying out. His dad is all-time great. His granddad, all-time great. His brother is all-time great. So, of course, Uncle Howdy, a.k.a. Bo Dallas, we know what he can do. We remember Bo leave that old mess. But there was a time with Bo Dallas when he was down in NXT. Go back to, I believe it was the 2014 Royal Rumble or the 2013 Royal Rumble. One of those Royal Rumbles, Bo Dallas had a hell of a showing. And that catapulted him. It catapulted him and made NXT push him, and he was NXT champion for a while with the whole Bo League gimmick, blah, blah, blah. But with guys like Lumis who has ability, I love Gacy because Gacy is freaking awesome. And you got Rowan. That's your muscle. That's your strong. Yeah. Then you got Nikki Cross, and you got to possibly, I don't know what Bliss is doing. I just want Alexa Bliss to come back. Will that be Nikki Cross's first? Well, I'm jumping around. Also, let's get into a little bit of last night before I get into making these picks. Last night's Go Home Raw was pretty freaking awesome. The Judgment Day opening up against the LWO. I'm still not a fan of those guys. I do like Dragon Lee though. And of course, I love Rey Mysterio. I just hated that they went through that phase where they was making Rey Mysterio look like a punk. Rey Mysterio can't be a punk, man. Rey Mysterio was the greatest luchador of all time. Rey Mysterio is one of the greatest at 5'6", 185. I do love seeing him work with Dom. You can see the chemistry. You can see the father-son chemistry. And even with, with this feud, like I'm pretty sure Rey is so proud of what Dom is doing. Everybody knows Dom is going to be a star. The Terror Twins, yeah. What else do I want to get to from last night? Oh, Braun Strowman and Big Bronson Reed. That might have been my favorite segment from last night. And it's funny that Bronson Reed is doing. Wait. Let me rewind. Let me rewind real quick. They were saying, like, Michael Cole and Corey Graves. Shout out to Graves and Michael Cole. Michael Cole is, I'm going to say this every week. Michael Cole is in rare form. Michael Cole is having the absolute time of his life right now. And Michael Cole is the best that he has ever been right now. But something he said last night about Braun Strowman saying he don't like bully. Excuse me, sir. Mr. Braun Strowman don't like bullies. He bullied people. Just wanted to throw that out. I know a lot of y'all might feel like I don't like Braun Strowman. I'm not his biggest fan. I just didn't like all of the I'm not finished with you crap. Him tearing up something every week. Him using a hook and a rope. All that other crap that he was doing back in, what was that, 2016, 2017? I didn't like any of that. Was not a fan of. He was bullying, by the way. But Bronson Reed is doing to Braun Strowman kind of what Braun Strowman did to the Big Show and sent his ass packing. It's something along there, and I'm okay with this. I am now a Bronson Reed fan. Bronson Reed is truly on his Big Van Vader and Bam Bam Bigelow-ish. Seriously, he is tearing it up. And I absolutely love it. He's more Bam Bam than Vader, but y'all get what I'm saying. That's who he reminds me of. Those two. And as I'm thinking that, I did read something where he said he grew up watching Bam Bam Bigelow. And it kind of shows. He does a lot of the stuff that Bam Bam does. He's probably about the same height as Bam Bam Bigelow was, maybe a few inches taller, or he might be a little shorter, but he fits that mold. This Intercontinental Championship tournament, this did not go the way I thought it was going to go. I thought it was going to be an 8-man tournament, but I do like this format. You got triple threat matches. You got 4 separate triple threat matches. And the winners of those triple threat matches will meet in a fatal 4-way for the right to fight for the Intercontinental Championship. I like that. Especially if the fatal 4-way is like an fatal 4-way, where it's like, all right, I don't need one fall. I need to pin this guy, and this guy, or 3 guys need to go out. I'm here for that. In the first 2 matches, Jey Uso defeated Karrion Kross and Kofi Kingston, which I'm not surprised. Jey Uso is fish grease. Jey Uso is outside of Roman Reigns and Cody Rhodes and probably Kevin Owens and maybe Randy Orton getting that pop, like he's right there. He's in that 5. And then the second match, the Bruiserweight Pete Dunne defeated Xavier Woods and The Miz. I am happy for Pete Dunne. I am a Pete Dunne fan. I absolutely love the Bruiserweight. He reminds me so much. He's like a small William Regal, Fit Finley type of guy. I love him. If he gets this, I just don't think he's gonna win it. I think the next set of triple threat matches are gonna be next week. Dominic Mysterio has thrown his hat in there. I'm almost certain Ilya Dragunov is going to be a part of this. He hasn't been on TV for a while, but I am expecting him to be a part of this. You might could throw Otis out there. I'm trying to think. It's gonna be some guy. It might be some guys we haven't seen on TV in a while. I'm trying to think of who's on Raw and who's on that roster. I should have pulled the roster up. But it's going to be interesting to see who falls into those next 2 triple threat matches, which is going to be cool because it's going to be on the Raw after Bash in Berlin, which is going to actually be pretty cool. I talked about Uncle Howdy and the showing he put up. Randy Orton's promo. I liked it. Haven't seen promos like that for a while. We knew Gunther wasn't going to be there. He's currently over in Germany, doing some wrestling and some promoting. I'm expecting Ludwig Kaiser to be in one of those triple threats as well. I wouldn't be surprised if the 4 in the fatal 4-way for the number 1 contender end up being Jey Uso, Pete Dunne, Ilya Dragunov, and or one of the 2, Dominic Mysterio or Ludwig Kaiser. It won't surprise me if those 4. If that happens, y'all know what I like. But Randy Orton's promo was dope. They're trying to make it seem like Randy can actually do this. He's one behind Cena and Flair. Or he'll be one behind Cena and Flair for most world championship. And then in any scenario, or in the scenarios like with John Cena, either somewhere in there, I believe Randy Orton is going to win another world title. Maybe 2. Just have it where he does win those 2, win the world title, lose it, win it again. him Cena tie for 16, and Cena pins Randy for number 17, and he goes out champion in December of 2025. But that's. But I love Randy's promo. It does give me a little bit of hope, but I will get to those picks in a second. Let's get to it, man. Damn, 25 minutes to run in my mouth. I'm kind of good at this shit. I'm gonna start with NXT No Mercy, just because Bash in Berlin is the bigger deal. I'm gonna go NXT No Mercy. There are 7 matches here. All of the titles are on the line. We're gonna start with the NXT Women's Championship. Roxanne Perez versus Jada Parker. I ain't gonna hold y'all. I'm picking Jada Parker. It's Jada's time. Roxanne has been a great champion. Roxanne is awesome. She does great ring work. She's great in the ring. She's great on the mic. But it's Jada Parker's time. I've watched Jada go from Level Up to With Her Faction and watching her in singles. Like, I ain't gonna hold y'all, just watching. I used to just watch her because she looked good. But then I found out she could wrestle. That's how my love for Bianca Belair started. Like, damn, she looked good. Then it was, damn, she can wrestle. I see that same for Jada Parker. So we got a new NXT Women's Champion, Jada Parker. I'm gonna go. All right, let's go to Wes Lee versus Zach Wentz. I'm gonna go with Wes Lee here, just because him turning. This is something big for him, because I think coming through like somewhere, I think NXT Championship is going to be in his future. That North American Championship, that ship has sailed. He had to give up that title because he was injured. He came back. He took on Obafemi. He lost that. And I think him turning, this is going to elevate him. So I got him beating Zachary Wentz. I think this match is going to be one of those, one of those kind of matches, just because how good these two are. Wes Lee is freaking awesome. I love Wes Lee. The tag team championships, Chase U, excuse me. Andre Chase and Ridge Holland takes on Nathan Frazier and Axum. I got Chase U retaining because they deserve to hold on to these titles. I thought this gimmick was a little hokey at first, but I like Andre Chase. He's pretty awesome. And I'm a fan of Ridge Holland. Ridge Holland has the look of a guy who could be world champion on the main roster, which I don't think the fans see, but he just has that look to me. The North American Championship, Obafemi versus Tony D'Angelo. This might be the best match of the night, honestly. And I'm not saying that because Obafemi is like my favorite in NXT right now outside of Trick. But Tony D'Angelo is pretty damn good. Gimmick, he can talk, he can wrestle as well. But I got Obafemi retaining his title here. The Women's North American Championship, Kaylani Jordan versus Wendy Choo. I'm going to go with Kaylani. It's not her time to give this title up yet. She just got it. She just got here. And as good as Wendy Choo is, I think she has another feud that she's going to have to worry about coming up here. If y'all know, y'all know. And for the NXT Championship, Ethan Page takes on Joe Hendry with Trick Williams as a special guest referee. I can't believe I'm about to say this. I'm going to go with Joe Hendry to win this. Even though Ethan Page just won that title, I feel like it was something fluky. Joe Hendry although he may be as far as we know, still with TNA Impact, whatever they're calling it. I think his WWE deal is as good as signed, sealed, and delivered. I got Joe Hendry winning this just to go out with that pop. And then Trick Williams attacks him, and Trick Williams goes back bad and goes back heel because he's been having a rough time. You got these newbies coming in here, and he's the ref. Both of these guys are newbies. Ethan just got here, and Hendry just got here. So I think Trick is mad. So we're going to go through it again. I got Jada Parker as the new women's NXT champion. I got Wesley over Zach Wentz. I got Chase U retaining their titles. I got Obafemi retaining his title. I got Kelani Jordan retaining her title. And I got Joe Hendry becoming the NXT championship. NXT No Mercy. That is this Sunday at the Ball Arena in Denver, Colorado at 7 p.m. on Peacock. But before we get there, we got to go out to Bash in Berlin. It is going to be live this Saturday, 1 p.m. at the Uber Arena in Berlin, Germany, live on Peacock. I don't know what order these matches are going to go in, so I'm going to just do it how I usually do it. The mixed tag match, Damian Priest and Rhea Ripley take on Liv Morgan and Dominic Mysterio. Who really needs this win? I think Priest and Rhea get the win here. And I think it's going to be Priest pinning Dom. Or you know, they with these mixed tags, they might get the double pin going on. But I have Priest and Rhea getting the win here. Simply because no, you know what? I take that back. I got Liv and Dom in this one. I'm changing it up on the fly. I got Liv and Dom just because they are the it couple. They just got there like that. That'll bring more heat to the two of them. That'll get Rhea out of Liv's hair, and maybe Liv and Dom, or just Dom and Damian may move on, or we may get a Dom and Priest singles match at some point. I don't think he's going to get the Finn just yet, even though Priest versus Finn at Bad Blood sounds pretty freaking fantastic. And they'll have weeks to build on that, right? So give me Liv and Dom here. Leather strap match, CM Punk versus Drew McIntyre. I got CM Punk in this one just because I need the rubber match at Bad Blood inside of hell in a cell. And that is going to be more of the story with the bracelet, and somehow Drew is going to walk out of this match with that bracelet. Punk and that bracelet, dog. You know what? Never mind. Punk for the win. The women's tag team championships are on the line. You got Jade Cargill and Bianca Belair versus the Unholy Union, Isla Dawn and Alba Fire. Man. Would they? Is it that time? You know what? I'm gonna pick the Unholy Union, and I hate that I'm doing it, but I'm picking the Unholy Union. I apologize to my queens. I apologize, Jade. I apologize, Bianca, but I got the Unholy. Somehow this thing is going to they're going to retain those titles, and I think this is going to mark a little bit of dissension between Jade and Bianca. Because we all know that that's where this is. We know the end game with them is going to be that Jade Bianca at Mania. Do you start that now? Do you just start to just plant little seeds, put a little bit of dissension, a little bit of, something in between them two? Now, you know what? Screw that, man. Give me Jade and Bianca to win the titles again. And then they can lose them at some other point, and then Jade can turn on Bianca, or Bianca can turn on Jade. However they want to do it. Give me two of the big three. Give me my girls. Give me the queens. Give me Jade and Bianca. I know I'm changing picks on the fly, but it's my show. I can do whatever the hell I want to do. Who's gonna stop me? Who's gonna stop me, huh? Undisputed WWE Championship on the line. Champion Cody Rhodes takes on Kevin Owens. I got Cody here. And being that they're not going to turn on each other, this is going to be like a friend versus friend thing. I got Cody holding on to his title here. It's going to be a great match. Kevin's going to push Cody to the limit. But Kevin's going to make some small little snafu of a mistake, and it's going to cost him this match. That's just how I see this thing playing out. And the World Heavyweight Championship, Gunther versus Randy Orton. I think this one is going to be another one of those bangers between these two. We got a cheap finish the last time. It was controversial. But even still, as perfect as this match is, this is the perfect matchup. The perfect first defense for Gunther. I got Gunther retaining. And I got Gunther retaining. I think he's going to do what a lot of people haven't been able to do with Randy. I think Randy's gonna Randy. Randy's gonna do what he do. But I think this match is mostly gonna be Gunther getting his off. Because he's from I believe Belgium, but this is a home game for him. This is why he became world champion at SummerSlam. So he could headline this in Berlin. What they did. Got Gunther retain. So to recap, I got Liv and Dom over Rhea and Priest. I got Punk in the strap match. I got Jade and Bianca becoming the new women's tag team champions. I got Cody retaining over Kevin Owens. And I got Gunther retaining over Randy Orton. And with that said, thank y'all, ladies and gentlemen, for tuning in. Make sure you guys check me out. Wherever you check me out. Like, subscribe, and share. Whether we're on Facebook, YouTube, or Spotify. That's the only 3 places that you will catch this show. Like it. Especially YouTube. I really want to push everybody to YouTube. Hit the like button, hit the share button, and just do all of those things, man. And I would greatly appreciate it. Make sure y'all tune in this Thursday, 7:00, the season premiere of Pizzle's Picks. I will be making my college football picks. The college football group is locked, or will be locked tomorrow morning, Wednesday morning. Club Pizzle, 8:00. Y'all know what it is, man. I will see you guys, all my wrestling fans, all my wrestling heads. Deuces.